Approve payment to Department of Natural Resources. Approve payment to Francis Pump and Well. Approve payment to Bauer Build. Approve the clerk's monthly financial.
Here directly.
Now that the house is gone, I guess I disagree with the fact that we didn't go ahead and take it down too. So I would like to highly suggest we just demolish the rest of these buildings over here.
If Mike was talking that his guys could do those,
Okay.
you know, I think we could sell the shed. I think we could have somebody come and
I think
get
you could
that.
sell pieces and parts. I got a guy that wants to buy a garage door. But as bad as that looks now that the house is gone and there's still a bulldozer sitting there, I think we ought to just get rid of it. Just my opinion, just wanted to offer.
Yeah. I was just thought it would be nice to have someplace to put the car out of the snow, but
I
it doesn't
agree
matter.
with you, but
It doesn't, I mean,
but this garage roof that goes like this and has
it
vines
isn't,
growing all over
it isn't the best.
No. And
It would keep
I'm
the
not
snow
proud-
off.
And I'm not proud that we own that, okay? I'm just, that's all. Thanks for
You
listening.
guys, if you guys want it all, like, we can get rid of it.
I think
Nobody
it ought to be
objects, we
gone.
can get rid of it.
I don't care.
Finishing up the dirt work on West Burlington Avenue on his way by to head out to Gear, where I can just tell him to stop and load the garage and shed up and get it going too.
I think it ought to be gone.
I think the shed, I think somebody would buy that and take it from us, though. I think they can move that. That's in decent shape.
I don't care. Get rid of it.
All right.
It's, and my only point is we go around preaching, cleaning up people's alleys and streets and houses, and now that we own, it just is bad.
I thought the city wanted to lower their tax. Sorry about that. Well, then let's work on something, because it's, when we have that 20-horse snow blower sitting in the vestibules, that's kind of against fire code too. So,
Maybe we just keep the shed.
Yeah, maybe we just keep the shed for the snow blower if we stick that in the corner. Because that doesn't look too bad, the shed.
No, it doesn't look too bad. It's the garage that looks really, really, really bad. And I don't know what your future plans are. You talked about building a garage there or a shed or a shelter or something. I just assume we did that as to keep that.
Yeah, I think the plan, and I was talking to Mike, and I was thinking about the open to the south and close the other ways, and I think the end bay, we can fill that in sort of and use it for the snow blower and whatnot. We'll basically replace the shed with a closed-in one bay of the garage that we build. That's in the future plans of when we do that, so, but, yeah, if we get rid of the garage and keep the shed now to keep the snow blower in, because that is right, we shouldn't have that gas, thing full of gas sitting in the vestibule all winter, every winter, so. Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
anything else? Mike?
Just finishing up the ash trees along the street and the right of way. Got a call yesterday, our salt was in for the year, so we're trucking salt to our dome right now. The 2 new employees have succeeded in passing their CDLs and their license now. And their training's done on the water and sewer labs, and they've been working weekends by themselves, so training and everything's going good with the 2 new guys, so. That's all I got.
Do I have anything for Mike? Jesse?
Just a couple things I was supposed to have on tonight's agenda. I apologize, will be on next one with Officer Peterson moving to the Sheriff's Department. So his resignation will be effective this coming Sunday. It'll be on next week's agenda, or 2 weeks' agenda. I apologize for not getting that on there tonight. Applications closed for his position on September 20th, it'll be Friday. And then we'll probably see what we get for applications, and we may have to send somebody to the academy, and we're looking at doing that in January, so we're gonna be short a couple officers for a good 6 months. So we're gonna be short run, right? So we'll have several officers out working single shifts by themselves on second shift and third shift. So I'll try to cover as much as I can, but we'll go with that. Had our firearms qualification today. As of when I was up there at 4 o'clock, everybody's doing excellent, passing their first time through. Ed and Officer Peterson and Officer Parker do a fantastic job for that for us, so looking good today.
I have anything for Jesse? Sean?
Working on a few nuisances, had a couple people call me up, come take a look through their alleys, just to follow up on some of the stuff that I did back in June. I'm working on that. On the fire side, on Saturday, we'll be burning 709 West Agency. It's the house from across from the old Menards. We'll be out there starting at 8 o'clock. The homeowner has asked us to burn that down. They signed a paperwork authorizing us to and advising that it's not being done as an insurance claim. They've already gutted the house, so there's nothing left in there except for the vinyl siding and the studs, more or less. So we're going to take that one down. On September 11th, West Burlington Fire will be hosting, in conjunction with cooperation with the Southeast Iowa Regional Honor Guard, our first 9/11 memorial service. It's going to start at 10 a.m. Everyone, community council is invited to attend. It's going to be about an hour-long service. We have arranged, through donations, a firefighter who was present on 9/11. A member of the FDNY is coming out as a guest speaker for that. Then homecoming, well, that's also the week of homecoming, starting next week. On the 12th is the parade, so working with Jesse on the parade for that. And 13th is going to be the football game. And Jesse last night at the fire meeting let everyone know we got a football game on Friday night for our EMTs to be there to help out and show our support and be available as EMS. The training grounds, the shipping containers have already been delivered. The cement work has already been done. And I met today with Gabe Davis with Carbon Welding, a local welder who's going to give me a price on getting the welding done up in there. So it's progressing pretty quickly, and I'm satisfied so far.
I have anything for Sean?
One just quick thing, so you know, some of your people did as you requested, even though I told this gentleman I had really this much to do with it. You had a fireman stop me the other day and thank me for my vote that helped you get all that stuff and get all that fire training stuff. And I mean, I appreciated it, but, you know, I just wanted you to know they are doing as you requested.
I've had a lot of people besides just the firefighters, you know, commenting about how great this is, and I said, well, you need to thank the council for, you know, going along with our vision and helping us out, so.
Well, you need to know at least one stepped up and did that.
Okay. Kelly, you got anything?
Not tonight.
Leslie? All right. Rod?
I have nothing new, sir. Thank you very much.
Rick?
No, sir.
Royce? Rick?
I'm good.
Al?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Under community reports, I do have something. We've been notified by Quad Township that they are withdrawing from the CTAA, which is the City Township Ambulance Agreement. They gave their 60 days notice, and they're going to withdraw, I guess, by September 19th is when the date is. So it really doesn't affect much of anything that we're doing, but maybe in a work session we can address the thing about us possibly withdrawing from it too, because anymore the agreement that we just signed with everybody is each city is getting billed individually now by Burlington Fire. So we're the administrator of the agreement, and all the money was running through us, and now that everybody else paying their own bill, we really don't need to be part of it or even have the agreement anymore. So we'll figure that up in a work session here one of these days. Okay. Anyone wishing to address council matters that are not on the agenda tonight? All right, we'll go on new business. Item number 1 is to consider membership in the Joint Safety Committee, and Angie's here. Anybody has some questions, or give us a quick overview of the program?
Okay.
sure that everyone is compliant and up to date with all those things that they need for OSHA regulations. It's been a wonderful program. We've seen a decrease in accidents. We've also seen savings as far as the insurances. I do work with IMWCA with some of our organizations already, so I'm aware of Stacy. I work with Ed and actually some of the people before him as well. So I'm already familiar with your insurance group, your risk management, inspectors, and dealing with them and working with them with the city. There will be some things to work out because each entity has their own way of doing things. For like the county, I pretty much handle all of it. I handle the communication with the doctors. I handle all the communication with the insurance. I handle all the filing forms. With the city, we do all the filing. Of course, we do the OSHA laws, all that with all of them. But they have an HR department, so they deal with some of the things when it comes to the insurance company. I still do most of the stuff when it comes to the medical side and dealing with the doctors. So I know Kelly does a lot of your paperwork and stuff as far as dealing with your insurance. So we'll kind of have to work through what parts you want us to handle, what parts that you will take on. We can kind of figure out how we want this all played out. But I'm willing to do whatever works for you guys. I don't tend to think that one person's job description decides everything you do with your job. So I don't mind stepping outside the box when it comes to making sure that the employees go on at the end of the day in the same shape they were in the team.
Yes, like I said previously, I think it's a great program, and Angie does a great job. She'll bring in a report every year, which we haven't been getting, and of how many accidents there were. If hopefully there's none, you know, there are zeros all the way down, and compare that the other entities.
And we had once, we had OSHA come in, we had to deal with them with the county jail. With all our documentation and everything that is in place, we really came out very well as far as having everything that they needed. So it was not a big hit. Now, anytime OSHA comes in, they're going to try to make it hit. And they tried to make it bigger and close. They spent 4 months going through all of our files, asking questions, wanting this, wanting that, and they couldn't find pretty much anything wrong. So I think our fine ended up being $500 for a situation that could have been a lot worse without that documentation.
Well worth the money.
So Dan and Mr. Grissy, you both still agree we need to do this?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good thing for us, especially since Mike was at that meeting and they told us how bad what we had before was. So I think we need to make a move here, and I'm
Dropping
talking to
out
the
of
other
that-
entities,
that cost
they all
was-
had great things to say about this program, so.
Motion to approve joining this group.
Support.
Motion with support. Is there any further discussion?
So are we gonna continue with the SASO then as well, or just this year and finish out?
Just this year, and we'll drop after this year.
It's where when theirs come around, I think we can still utilize that training the rest of this year, and what Angie can help us is what they're not offering, we can get from her to get us back up where we need to be and everybody in check again. So we'll be like, this year we'll get double the training possibly, hopefully, to get people caught back up.
Roll call.
Hightmeyer,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Waterman,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh.
Carried. Thanks for coming out tonight. Item number 2 is to consider hiring LL Pelling Company to seal coat various streets in town. And you can see from Mike's memo that the last couple of years, we've spent over $24,000 on cold patch to try and repair alleys, so I think he's kind of leaning, the recommendation is leaning back towards seal coating some of these alleys again. They're getting really bad.
Motion to approve.
Support. Motion with support, any discussion?
Wasn't there something you were gonna add to this? Did you mention, maybe I missed, about maybe doing this section or anything? Okay, never mind then. I thought you were talking about, well, we could seal coat something else in the conversation when the garages and that stuff about.
Not me.
Okay, all right,
I don't know.
all right.
Okay.
Well,
Well-
I have just one question, Mike. Are we at that point with the alleys that we need, in the past, we would grade them so that the drainage was better, or we're not at that
We
point
can't
yet?
do that with all the patch and the seal coat that's there. That's called a base repair, where they come in and actually grind it all back into loose rock and gravel. We've tried that on a couple of them and then used our blade, but the oil's in it, set back up in the summer, and our blade can't find. Sheets come up, and when they do seal coat, that's part of it. They'll grind and mill it, and then they roll it and reshape it and put the crown back in before they put the pea gravel and the oil down. That's all part of their base repair. Add patch or rock where it's low, and if you do the double seal, which I'm not doing that on some of them because the streets, I can get by with a single seal, but Brush Town and some of these, it's completely washed out, and from the rain and the water, the only thing I can do, that has to be ground and gravel added and a whole new base put in before they can put the seal coat. And I know the garbage trucks is a big issue in the alleys with the seal coat, but like I said, it's over half what the seal coat price is just for the little streets I'm doing that we've spent just in the alleys.
Are you gonna do that alley where they had the big major sewer repair?
That's not on the list for this year.
Okay.
I've been watching that, and the compaction must have been good because all the rain and everything, that's still holding up. I have, keeping an eye on that, none of the neighbors have complained. I mean, that little bit of rock area is just probably gonna have to stay there till, I gotta make a decision next year on how far we're gonna go. I mean, at budget time, what we're gonna put in for seal coating and where to start on what alleys. I mean, there's some that are definitely worse than others in town, but, I just feel we've really fallen behind in the amount of money we're spending in cold patch, that you all know that every time it freezes and thaws, it pops back out and it's in somebody's yard or over the curb, and I think the seal coating's not the total answer, the best way, but I think it's more efficient and better to do that than what we've been wasting in cold patch. It will not hold up in the fall, and you freeze and thaw and freeze and thaw. Alleys or streets, it won't stay in there.
Well, it looks like we have another winter coming our way even.
Fortunately, with all the new street repairs we've done and the new asphalt, we've kind of got away from that on the streets when everything's been redone and taken care of, but it's just a matter of the patch that we're going to be spending in the alleys. And I'm going to have to send somebody after patch again now, because there's some of these alleys that are really bad now that we just don't have it in the budget to do all that seal coating. So through this fall and winter, before I can get to them again next year, we're going to have that cost with all that cold patch. I did locate another, LL Pelling. I was not aware that they make cold patch in 2 forms of it, like where we've been getting it. I'm gonna go try a load of theirs. It looked like it was maybe $20 a ton cheaper, but I don't know what the oil's like or the compaction or how well it'll hold up. But if I can go with their patch and it works just as good, I mean, I can cut a little cost on the patch for this fall. I have never come across a patch out there that works when it freezes and thaws. You get moisture under it and it just pops out.
Okay. Roll
Only
call.
one quick thing, I'm sorry. Only because this conversation switched to alleys, want to make sure that, just in case somebody's listening or paying attention, we're not talking about alleys here. We're talking about a few streets.
These are streets on this list that we're taking care of now.
We're not talking about seal coating alleys this year.
No.
Okay.
That's in my
Just wanna make sure.
memo that I feel that we really need to get
I know,
a program in place and get
I
started on
get
the
complaints about our alleys
Yeah.
quite often, but this is not what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's one of the things we talked about that at budget time. I think we're gonna have to spend a lot more money on doing those alleys if that's what we want, if that's the direction we wanna go. And whoever the council is next year, we can talk about how much we're gonna, definitely need to increase that spending in that line, because we can't keep up as it is, and that bill for the patch that just shows you how far behind we're getting, and, even that extra money, if we ever got caught up once, we could save some of that, so. We'll talk about it during budget time, and we'll do some alleys next year, just that we won't know which ones until we talk about that.
I agree, thanks.
Okay, roll call.
Lees.
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Hightmeyer.
Aye. Motion carried. Number 3 is to consider a payment to Felt Fire for repairs to the fire tower for $7,181.50.
Motion to approve.
Support. Motion with support. Any discussion?
As my memo states, we have the American Test Center comes down, and we have the aerial tested every year for NFPA and OSHA requirements, and they found some deficiencies on it this year again. Some of the stuff is just maintenance that we're not able to take care of in-house. We're not qualified to do it. But I got a hold of Felt Fire, who did the last repairs. They were able to come down and make the necessary repairs and adjustments in a quick manner. So it only spent about 6 hours out of service, and that wasn't a problem. They got it taken care of. Some of the issues were some slack tension in the cables that have been put on, which is going to happen with new cables. The inclometer and some hydraulic oil leaks around the PTO and outriggers that they were able to take care of.
Okay, roll call.
Lees.
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Raleigh. Hightmeyer.
Aye. Motion carried. Item number 4 is to consider payment to Snyder and Associates for the following engineering services. Lewis Park Water Resource Restoration sponsored project is $9,238, and the facility plan and lift station replacement is $3,250.
Motion to approve both.
Support. Motion with support. Any discussion? Roll call.
Waterman.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Hightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 5 is to consider purchase a gateway security bundle for the wastewater treatment plant in the amount of $1,926.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion with support. Any discussion? Roll call.
Crowner.
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Hightmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Anybody have any old business? I do have one thing, it's not, well, not considered old business, probably both new and old, but with the planning getting close to a new water tower, we need to sit down and discuss that if this thing doesn't fit on the site with the maintenance facility, we're gonna have to look at possibly purchasing some ground, but according to the engineers, they need 150 feet all the way around to work for the work to be done on that side, and 150 feet would interfere, well, not quite interfere, because we measured it out today, but it would possibly cut off the brush drop-off site at the drop-off site. We could be down to just the grass and leaf side, which probably wouldn't make Mike and the guys too unhappy, because all the brush that they haul out of there, you know, well, we said before, there shouldn't be a single tree left in West Burlington.
That would be temporary, though,
Temporary.
during construction. I don't think that,
During construction.
I gotta get the actual footprint of the tower to see exactly where that is, but I think we could cut half of that off for one season. I don't know how long this is gonna take, one season, maybe two, find an alternate location for that. And and then put it back after the water tower is up and they're not working, because most of that sort, because they gotta have big cranes and all that sitting there, that's why they need so much space around it to build it.
And you're dealing with which one of our engineering companies?
Schneider.
Because, you know, I've asked them that question several times. Will that water tower fit there? Do you recommend putting that water tower there? And they have always said yes.
Yeah, I think they actually started talking to some water tower contractors and found out how much space they needed to actually build it, because I think the footprint will fit no problem. It's the space they need for construction, that's the problem.
Okay. It's just that, yes, I understand, we don't know that kind of stuff. That's the reason I asked them that question over a year ago, probably 2 years ago.
Okay, that's all I got. Anybody else have anything? Anyone wishing to address council matters that we did discuss tonight, or didn't? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.